Okay, so part 2 of the first garden tour here is the back of the garden is the avocado orchard, a little mini orchard. It's not much, not quite as big as some of your orchards that you've got, but this is a 5,000 square foot lot here, so we do what we can. So this was the Mexicola, as I showed in part 1, and this is the Franken bacon. Both have several grafts on them. And now we go into the new additions in the garden, the avocado orchard area. So I know you're gonna comment probably below how I've planted some of these way too close to both the fence and then to each other. But this is an experiment to see how I can use some of these trees, like the reed there and the lamb here, as kind of a hedging plant to create privacy from a neighbor that we really want to have privacy from. And so this lamb has, I'm just going to have to train really well to sort of stay off the fence as much as possible and grow in all other directions, up and out this way. We'll see how well I can do that and how happy he will be with that. But time will tell. But he's on I've raised him as well. He's got like probably 18 inches of raised soil above the ground level. And then there's a lot of gravel there, and then there's also a drainage, a French drain under there. So he'll have some good drainage, because we get a fair amount of rain here in the back. And I had to raise all of this gravel is probably about 16 inches above grade. So I really had to raise this ground level to combat all the moisture that we get standing back here. And then these raised beds are also to support better root growth and drainage for the plants that go in there. So lamb has, this guy here is a gem, and I planted this guy probably a week ago. He's a new resident. He was in a pot, a nice big pot about that size, and I put him in ground just a week ago. So hopefully he'll do well over the winter. And these guys I planted, let's see. So this is a tree from 22 and planted out September 4th. So he is a 2-year-old gem and planted just 2 months ago. He's looking really good. He's got some good growth. And so according to 831 Avo, it's really good to train these guys to do a north, south, east, and west leader. I am not as savvy enough to tackle that. So I like what's happening already. I think I'm going to keep them like that. And if I learn more about the 4-quadrant, then I think I'll see if I can do that later down the road. But who knows? I think I kind of like the way he's growing so far. 831 Avo, if you see this, you can kind of let me know, give me your thoughts. And then this is another gem. This guy is 3 years old, and I just put him in pot. I up-potted him 2 days ago. And I'm really happy to have him. This guy is a reed. I had to really prune him back hard because he went in during the last heat wave that we had. I planted him before the heat wave, and then we got that surprise heat wave, and I was really worried about this guy, but I pruned him back just so that he could focus on root growth and surviving. And looks like he's coming back really well. So hopefully what I did worked in support of his survival and thrival. And I put him in, he's a 2-year-old tree. I put him in October 15th. And here's the second reed. Another 2-year-old. Yeah, so we've got 2-year-old, 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 gem, reed, reed. Yeah. And I know, really close to the fence, but we're gonna see if that works. It's an experiment. It's just an experiment. And then this guy, when I transplanted him, he was much healthier. But he fell apart upon transfer. As much as I tried to do minimal, minimal impact, it didn't work. So unfortunately, some of his beautiful root growth fell away when some of the soil fell away. So I gave him some compost tea, azomite, mycorrhiza, and gypsum, worm castings, as I have all these guys. But I'm just hoping with this tender loving care I'm giving him, he'll pull through. But this guy is a Darturo from Ellen and Freddie down in La Selva Beach at Epicenter. I have this little protection set up for him because he was having such a hard time from the transplant. I wanted to give him as much protection as possible, but I know they're pretty tough. I know they can withstand a lot of heat and a lot of cold. So I'm hoping he pulls through. And let's see, I think this is new growth. Yeah, let's see. Oh, well, that doesn't bode well. Oh, come on, guy, you can do it. You can do it. Does look like there's some new growth on here. Okay, well, to be continued on the Darturo. Hopefully in the next installment, we'll be able to video him in a stronger place, bigger and stronger. So everybody root for this guy. Come on, Arturo. Okay, and then we've got a loquat seedling here, just a seedling. Planted him about 3 weeks ago, and that's a black lace elderberry. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put that. There's really no other place I have. Every space is spoken for. This bed, I'm just going to keep what I've got here: roses, blueberry, tree collard, and strawberries, and a little salvia. And then I've got a couple more avocados 3 more avocados over there, but before we go there, I'll show you my early foothill pomegranate espalier, and that's facing south. This is south this way, and so this is facing south, and it gets some good sun. It's just got one beautiful palm, but small. So I'm hoping next year we'll have a good harvest, or at least better than just one baby. And that guy went in actually went in, I think, around March of 24. So some really strong growth this season. So let's hope it gets some production next year. All right, walking down to the last of it, I've got 3 avocados that I've got in 15-gallon grow bags. And they've got some protection here under the eave. And they've also got some protection under the oak there. So they've got still some sun that comes through here and goes, the sun will set over there. So this seems like a little happy spot for them where they're protected, but they can grow well. This is another reed. And these are the other 2 that Freddie and Ellen sold me. The sky is a Palo d'Oro. And this is a Bonnie Doon. And she's had a lot of good growth on her since putting her in that pot. She was just, right here, pretty much the same as where Palo d'Oro hasn't done anything. I'm imagining that he's focusing all his growth underground, all of the roots. That's where I'm thinking he's doing all his work, because I don't see anything above ground happening. So fingers crossed that he's just doing all his work underground. She, however, hopefully is doing some good stuff underground, because I'm seeing a lot of great growth above ground. And I've just been so happy watching her grow. She looks so healthy. Really excited. Don't know where I'm going to put these guys. I'm going to have to maybe find somebody else's property and ask them to grow them for me. So those are the fruit trees that I've got, aside from 2 kumquats in pot there, golden kiwi over there that I grew from seed. And then, oh yeah, I've got a couple other things I forgot to mention. This is a thornless Mexican lime. And it's nice to have thornless because nobody likes getting poked. But the geranium has pretty much, or pelargonium has pretty much taken over growing in his space. So I think I gotta cordon them off and give them their own space. And then over here is a Meyer lemon tree. Some beautiful new growth. He's doing pretty well. At first he was struggling. He was growing really slowly at first, but I think that he is doing really well now. And I might want to get a stake in there again and protect his trunk so that in the winds we don't have anything happen to him. And there you have it, guys. One last thing is in this pot here, I've got a Owari Satsuma mandarin. I took all the fruit off of that guy. He was loaded, but I took all the fruit off because in his first year, I don't want him focusing on developing fruit. I want him focusing on just getting to be big and strong and healthy. And there you go. That is it. All right, that's the first part 2, or that's the first tour and part 2 of the first tour of our garden here in Upper Napa Valley, California on November 2nd. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll check you later on the next installment.